Okay, it works. Now we have this voltage and current and we want to get them online. Now this is where my measurement extension comes into play. So in order to do that, we need to prepare the measurement extension to get the data from the sensors. We need to go into the backend interface for that purpose, and I need to insert my password once more. We go to components, measurement, and this looks familiar. So it should from tutorial number 1. And now we just add a new application. Now there are some points here. These are critical parameters, although description is not so critical. And we are going to name this application load model. Look, it's already here. Description, load model, order 2. I shouldn't mess up with this. These are the 2 critical parameters. Save and close. Now each application is characterized by the acquisition points. Let's say we have thousands of pairs of sensors like these 2, and quantities. Let's configure first the acquisition points. Now this is not insert an acquisition point, insert another acquisition point. This is what parameters do you want to use to describe your acquisition point. You want to use location, name, address of the person that's in charge of that acquisition point. So since we have only 2 sensors, we don't really need a funky system to track acquisition points. So I'm just going to insert one parameter, which is name, and description probably also name of the acquisition point, and the type is going to be char 30, so it's a name. Save and close. Okay, so I will identify my acquisition points with a name. This is boring. We are not interested in acquisition point. We should go to measurement quantities. Okay, there is none, so we have to add to voltage, and I think description is very creative. Voltage, type double, you want to be very precise, and the unit is volts. Save and close. Now we do the same with current, and I could do this all day. It doesn't matter how many sensors I have, the Joomla measurement extension can accommodate it. So save and close. And now I could do a couple of things. I could, for example, save this as, so if I go to applications, I could save this as an XML file. I could save the structure, and I could save XML file, so get a file just like Solar, but I won't do that. Now what had happened while I was clicking around here and creating voltage current, what had happened in the background, the Joomla measurement extension actually created the database that is going to store these acquired values. So if we go to the database, to the phpMyAdmin, and we kind of refresh it, we can see there are 41 tables. There used to be 39, and we get here in the measurement section, we get load model, ACQ, and quant. Let's look at the ACQ. It's obviously empty, and we have a very simple structure: ID, system time, and name. We have to add something here because we have at least one acquisition point. So I'm just going to insert here generic acquisition point, and I'm going to hit go. Warning: out of range value for column system time at row 1. Yes, you definitely want to insert a date. Don't insert so system time 000. I should have not been lazy and inserted something, and now we should be fine. Okay, we have one acquisition point. Now let's go to the quantities, and as you can see, the structure here is much more complex. We have voltage and current, which we have inserted from the Joomla measurement extension, but we have also date time, milliseconds, and the acquisition ID. I mean, each measurement is associated with an acquisition point. Now we can insert one value here, because if you remember from the previous example, from the LabVIEW tutorial 02, we got this this SQL code. We got it from database interface, so we can just insert something. So I'm going to insert system time, and actually we have a function here now, so I'm just going to insert, okay, at the time you receive the measurement, you label it with a timestamp. And milliseconds, we are not interested in being so precise just because of the type of the application. And voltage, let's insert something, the nominal values maybe. So I need to worry about the ACQ ID. Everything is associated with one ACQ ID, the generic one, system time, date time, voltage, and current. The rest, this guy is null, and the first one, never put a value here. So there we go. We have here the exact SQL query, and if we are going to go to load model, so I've created here, I've split this the exact SQL query that you see here. I've split it into several chunks in order to be able to insert, instead of the generic values, to be able to insert these acquired values. So these are some and this is just LabVIEW. It writes the numbers with comma instead of point, and when MySQL sees a comma, it goes crazy, so I have to convert the commas with the points. These are just some formatting issues, but if you look at it conceptually, this is actually quite simple. I mean, I get an SQL query which actually the JME provides, and I split it into chunks, and I insert the values which are of interest, and I get, of course, I have this simple structure here, and I get a working code. So if I run it, this thing has already been inserted into the database. Now I can continuously run it, so I keep getting values and inserting them into the database. Now let's see the result of our work, which was not so lengthy. I'm not sure for how many minutes I'm talking, but imagine I would have done this without talking. It would have been much quicker. So if we go to the front end, we can see now that instead of solar only, we have solar and load model. So I can select load model here, and as you can see, I get the last 30 acquired values. Let's see, 51, and if I click submit one more time, I get 63. So the values are getting updated because the database is, so it's more or less real time. It's online. I can be in outside the department and see what's happening in my office in more or less real time. I can generate Excels. I have showed you this feature last time, so I'm not going to show you it again just because I need to save the Excel and it takes a lot of time. Average values, we can look at that really quick. It's, let's say, 4 a.m. until 5 a.m. So we can see here the average values, which are, okay, nothing happened before, something happened here, and also some interesting plots. These are not so relevant because, I'm sorry, my computer died for 1 second. Just so many processes going on. So voltage and current. Let's see, 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. This should do the trick. And there it is, a nice spike of voltage and current. I mean, something is happening. So it didn't take me a lot of time. You already have the project with two simple VI files, and what I did is just use the already developed infrastructure, the administrative infrastructure of the Joomla measurement extension, to just set up describe a database that is going to so to say to receive the acquired data, and I just copy pasted an SQL query, and there I have my acquired values just flying online through this gate, small gate over here. So I hope you like it. I will come back with some more interesting integration, like with MATLAB, with Java. I don't know if also with C++. So I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know what you think. Bye bye.